I've tested over a dozen different cat carriers over the last year. Here are my top 3. I'm gonna go through each carrier individually, and then at the end, I've got 2 honorary mentions of 2 budget options. Also at the end, I'm gonna be answering some Q&A of some of the most common questions that I get about cat carriers. These are my top 3 carriers for 3 different situations. Categories are best for air travel, best for car travel, and best for vet visits / outdoor adventures. So let's get started. Let's start with this carrier first. This is my favorite for car travel. This is a 2-cat carrier that you can open and have them connected. It has 2 hammocks in here, and it also comes with a travel small litter box that fits inside of the carrier. You can separate them out so that way you have 2 separate carriers, or you can combine them like I have here into 1 big carrier. It has extra features for the seat belts, that way you can strap them in and they'll be really nice and secure in a back seat. This carrier is by the brand Pet SKD, and what I really like about it is how roomy it is. I think it's perfect for car travel. I like that it's really, really durable too, and there's a bunch of different openings. You can open them from the side, from the front, and you can open them from the sides where they connect. Because there's so much mesh within this carrier, you're gonna have a lot of airflow here. So if you have a large cat, like a cat over 15 pounds, I think this is probably your best option of the 3. I think the cons to this specific carrier is just how bulky it is. So it's not as great for like vet visits where you're having to transport your cat in and out of a lot of different doorways. And it does take up a good amount of space in the car. So if you're moving or if you're doing a car trip, keep that in mind that this is going to take up some space. The price of this specific carrier for both of them combined is about $130 on Amazon, and I'll have it linked down below. Next up is my favorite for when I need to take my cats to the vet or if I'm taking them on a park adventure. This is the Pidan backpack carrier. This is the one that I use the most often because it's the easiest for me to just put on as a backpack and take my cats wherever I need to go. I live in the city and I take my cats to vet appointments via Uber Pet, and I find that this is the easiest as far as lugging them in and out of small cars. What I really like about this carrier is how expandable it is. So it's just a basic backpack. It has a lot of good mesh, so a lot of good airflow. There's mesh on the side. There's a nice window for your cat to look out. And then once I actually get to the vet and we're just waiting in the waiting room, I will expand this. So I will open up the zippers so that way my cats have a little bit more room to explore. It just easily pops open like that. And now your cat has so much extra room. I will also open it up like when we go to parks, so that way my cats can smell everything and explore. The whole expandable section, except for the top, is mesh. So again, you get really good airflow here. I really like carrying my cats in backpacks because I have them on my back and then it's hands-free. I can do whatever I need to. This backpack you can wear on your back or in your front if you want to. I would say the major con to this cat carrier is that it's not as structured as some of my other cat carriers. So if you have a cat who really prefers to feel super secure, this may not be the best option. And honestly, backpack carriers altogether may not be your best option if you have cats who like to feel really secure and cats who don't like a slight amount of swinging as you move. This one is also $130, and actually my last option is also $130. I didn't realize that all 3 of my favorites were the exact same price point. Again, stick around till the end. I have 2 honorable mentions that are more budget options under $50. Steven is being an excellent model right now. He is in the expandable section. This carrier also has a lot of really nice storage, which I love. This is the carrier that I just leave out all the time. My cats will take naps in it, and I have it as sort of like an emergency go bag. Inside, I personally store things like extra towels if there's messes at the vet. I store a few extra cans of food in case there's an emergency. And then there's also a pocket on this side here where I normally will store treats and chew-roos. All things that make it easier at the vet and all things that I keep inside of the carrier just for when I need them. All right, this is my last favorite. This is my favorite for anxious cats, for air travel, and for cats who like enclosed dark spaces. This cat carrier is by the brand Tuft & Paw. It comes in this cream color and it also comes in black. This is a really sturdy cat carrier and it's perfect for air travel because the back section has this. And I'm gonna show you how it works on a suitcase. So I've got my suitcase here, my little baby suitcase, and here's the carrier. And like I said, it has this special section here. You can just slide it right on. So now you could be walking around the airport, your cat is in here, you've got your suitcase, and it's nicely secured. So there's not gonna be any sort of movement. This feature itself is why this is a winner for me for air travel. This is also the perfect size if you need to keep your cat at your feet during the flight. This carrier has a dark and cozy interior, which I think is perfect for shy and anxious cats. Now onto the cons. Because there are only 2 mesh windows, I wouldn't keep my cat in here for a super long time because this carrier might be slightly less breathable than other options. The other con, and it's the same as all 3 of my other options, is that it's $130, which I know is a high price. This very much is a luxury carrier. It's made out of really high quality materials, and you can tell that it's really, really nice. This is the type of carrier that would definitely last you the entire lifespan of a cat. Let me open it up so that way you can see the inside. This carrier very easily unzips, so you can do it as a top load. You can open up just one side, and this is my tip. If you're gonna have this out to get your cat more comfortable and acclimated to it, I would just open up one side, leave this nice blanket that comes with it in here, and then your cat can take nice naps in here. Another feature of this carrier is that there is a clip for a leash. Next, let's go over the 2 budget-friendly options in the honorary mentions category. I don't have these on me, but these are both carriers that I have tried with my cats and I have liked. These are both by the same brand. The brand is P-Cute, and they are both expandable, which I don't know if you can tell, my cat's like a roomy carrier. The first honorable mention is the P-Cute Expandable Backpack Carrier. This one is $47. I think it's somewhat comparable to the Pidan backpack that I showed you. I will say the aesthetic design of it is not as great. It is just plain black, but I like that it's a very breathable mesh backpack that you can expand. So just like how I expand my Pidan backpack at the vet or at the park, you could do the same thing with this P-Cute one. I'll have all of them linked down below. The P-Cute Expandable Backpack is more lightweight than the Pidan one. You can definitely tell there's a difference in quality, but if you're on a budget, I think it's a great option. I would say the cons of the P-Cute Expandable Backpack are that it's slightly less structured and sturdy, so it may not hold up as well with frequent use. If you take your cat to the park like weekly, it may not hold up, but if you're just using it for vet visits, I think it's perfect. Second honorary mention is an expandable carry case. The carry case itself expands on both sides. I'm going to insert a picture here. I really like this carry case for airline travel. This one is $38 and it's airline approved. I like this one because it's affordable and really well ventilated with a lot of mesh for good airflow. I would say the downside is that it might not be as high quality as the ones I showed you, and it's also not as sturdy. After testing over a dozen different carriers in the last year, I definitely do see the quality difference between a more budget option versus the ones that I showed you today. I would say the ones that I showed you today, the 3 of my favorites, are definitely more in the luxe category. That being said, if you're looking to just buy one carrier for your cat for their entire lifetime, I think those 3 are really great options. Keep in mind how I described using them. Think about how you would use them for your cat, how you transport your cat to the vet, and let me know if you end up purchasing any of these 3. I'm definitely curious what you all think about them. Next, we're going to get on to the Q&A section. Number 1, which of these 3 cat carriers is best for large cats? Out of the 3 options, my favorite for a cat over 15 pounds would be the Pets KD carrier. You can buy these individually, so I think the price for them individually is about $100, and then if you buy them together, it's $120. I would recommend buying them together. If you transport your cats with your own car, I would open this up so that way you have double. These also come with hammocks, so that way your cat can relax up here or down here. Question number 2, which carrier is the easiest to clean? I would say that the Tuft & Paw one is the easiest to clean. My reasoning for saying that is because The interior is made out of this wipeable material, and this Sherpa blanket you can just remove and put in the washing machine. The entire interior of this can all be wiped down. I would just use a little bit of dish soap and some water with a rag to wipe it off. Next question is about the Pidan backpack. The question is, can you wear this on your back and on your chest? And you can. It's designed to be a backpack, but you can certainly wear this on your chest. Sometimes when I'm taking my cat to the park, I'll wear this facing forward, just that way my cat is seeing where we're going. Agnes specifically really prefers it facing forward. Next question, are expandable carriers safe for moving cars or flights? Expandable carriers are only safe in moving cars and flights when they are fully zipped up. I would only do the expandable sections when you are in a safe space. So like these are crash rated. There's a lot of good safety measures here, whereas the expandable section does not have those safety features. So I would only expand out when you're in a stationary spot. Do my cats actually like backpacks? Yes, my cats actually like this backpack. I think what has made the biggest difference is just leaving this backpack out all of the time. Inside here, I have a little towel that always stays in here, and every once in a while I will spray it down with some cat pheromone. I think this just sort of helps to create this calming environment inside of the cat carrier, and I will often find my cats taking naps inside of this carrier itself. When I take them out on walks, they also like this cat carrier because they know that it means that we're going to the park, and that's one of their favorite things. And what if my cat hates being in a carrier? I would try this one. If your cat hates being in a carrier, if they're anxious or shy, I think this will probably be your best option. This is the Tuft and Paw one. This is the one that I had recommend for airline travel. I think your cat will like this the most because it just feels like a cozy space. It's dark inside here. It has a cozy blanket inside. And I think it would be a really good fit for your cat. With this cozy blanket, I would spray it down with some pheromone spray. This one is by Nature Vet, but the brand Feel Away also has some good pheromone spray. Are these carriers good for 2 cats? The only carrier that is good for 2 cats of the 3 that I showed you would be this one, the Pets KD. This one is designed for 2 cats. You can separate it out so that we have 2 separate carriers. The Tuft and Paw one and the Pidan one, these are for 1 cat each. And I do think that each of these could fit a cat comfortably up to, let's say, 13 to 15 pounds. If your cat is over 15 pounds, I would recommend the Pets KD double carrier. Last question, are backpack carriers safe? The answer is yes. They are safe for short trips. If you have a more anxious or nervous cat, they may not be the best because they're not as sturdy and there will be a little bit of swinging as you're walking, but they are perfect for short trips. Each of these 3 carriers work great in different situations, and I love them all. You're gonna find them all linked down below, including the 2 budget honorary mentions. Let me know in the comments what your favorite carrier is. Is it one that I did not include today? If so, I'm especially interested in hearing. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe.